This is the most famous house in the country. It was home to the most talked about TV show of last year. In every workplace and living room and during every cab journey and tea break, there was no escaping the power of Big Brother. And if you thought that was mad, hold on to your pants, because here comes Comic Relief's celebrity, Big Brother. I cannot believe that it was less than 6 months ago that the reality game show of game shows became a national obsession. And let's face it, you would have had to have been living under a large soundproof stone to have not been aware of all the utter madness, and I do mean madness, that took place in the confines of the Big Brother house. Now, if you missed it first time round, or, like me, you're missing it still, here's a quick reminder. In Big Brother, a group of total strangers mad enough to share their lives with the nation came together to live under one roof for 10 weeks in a specially constructed house in East London. Rigged with 26 cameras and 30 microphones inside and out, even in the shower, Big Brother recorded our housemates' every move.
You guys.
All day and all night, 7 days a week, and broadcast them to millions. All the laughter and the tears, all the bust-ups and the bunk-ups, you name it, we saw every single bit of it.
You want to do this, me and you do it, okay? Not the rest of the group, me and you.
With no television, radio, computer, phones or newspapers, our housemates were completely cut off from the outside world. Until you lot voted them out of the house, one by one, week by week, and we were left with the winner of Big Brother. There he is, the winner of Big Brother 2000! Craig! You voted for him, and there he is. Well done, Craig. And we're going to do all that all over again, but with nubs on. We're doing up the house, as you can see. This time with celebrity contestants. And they're going to spend a whole week in the Big Brother house. Look, here are the mics and everything. Cameras are going to go behind there. And they've got to abide by the same rules. They've got to live under the same conditions, sleep under the same duvets, except we have washed the duvet covers. And they're going to be watched 24 hours a day by cameras in every single corner of the house, except for the showers and the toilets. We have made that one concession. Oh, and they don't have to watch any Bobby's Avro. We're quite nice, really, aren't we? OK, so, are they mad, I hear you ask? Well, no, they're not, actually. They're lovely, because they're doing it all in aid of comic relief. Since Comic Relief began in 1985, all kinds of red-nosed nonsense has raised a staggering £174 million. People all over England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland have done more than their fair share of fooling. But celebrities have also put up with a mighty dollop of indignity for the sake of comic relief. It's been an extraordinary concoction of comedy for a fundamentally serious purpose, to help the lives of some of those people in both the UK and Africa who have it toughest. And yet somehow, the levity of the way of raising cash and the gravity of the cause never seem to have clashed. I have first-hand experience of the projects Comic Relief works with, like this slum in Nairobi. Say, in all honesty, really, I just want to get the hell out of here.
I mean, this place is hell on earth, and I've been here, you know, a matter of hours. I mean, imagine spending your lifetime somewhere like this. It's just unimaginable.
And while at first it's depressing, the experience becomes totally exhilarating, seeing the changes we can make together. Like these people moving into new homes, away from the slums with the help of money from Comic Relief. Hello? I hope you're in there somewhere. Anyway, who will dare take on the challenge of Celebrity Big Brother? Well, the newspapers have been absolutely chock-a-block full of ideas of who might be brave enough to cross over the thresholds, and the Celebrity Big Brother office has been frantic, fielding calls and tapes from agents and stars alike. People like Darius from Pop Stars, Bernie Clifton and his ostrich, Jimmy Cranky, but you know, we've had to gently let them down for various reasons. You know, either they're too sane or small or too hairy or too drunk or just too panto, you know. But I can now say that we have made our decision, and I can officially divulge the names of the housemates who are going to reveal their all to help us raise hundreds of thousands of quids for Comic Relief. First cab off the rank, it's the deadpan funny man.
I'm Jack D. I'm a comedian. I live in London, and I'm giving up my wacky showbiz lifestyle for up to a week to live in the Big Brother house for Comic Relief. I'm Libra, and all my friends say I'm the life and soul of any party. I'm the kind of guy, if I was on blind date, I'd be the one who gets up off his stool to do the party piece. You know, like an impression of Basil Brush, something hilarious, and then, you know, make an absolute to myself, and then not get picked. Okay. Can you stop following me? It's driving me nuts. Can you just switch it off, right? The camera's really... I'm gonna get angry in a minute.
Through the second square window, we can see the perfect princess of presenters.
Hello, I'm Anthea. I'm 40 years old. I'm a television presenter, and I live in leafy Surrey with my husband and a menagerie of animals, which include dogs, cats, and horses. Now, apart from my husband, the love of my life is actually a Spanish stallion called Caramello. He's quite gorgeous and knows it. What comes out of his bum's not very nice. I have to clean that up most mornings. But I do actually find it quite therapeutic, especially grooming him. So I'll really miss that, because I won't have anything or anybody to groom. Unless, of course, anybody would like a bit of a brush and a tickle in the morning. In the house, I think I might end up head of cleaning, because I love it. I don't even complain about doing it, which is a very sad part of my nature. And once I start, I just can't stop. I also actually like cooking, not that I'm particularly brilliant at it. You see, you just can't beat the taste, the tang. Although my favourite meal of all time, ever, is just gorgeous and salivating baked beans. I actually go a bit strange if I don't eat beans for at least 48 hours. A third of all money raised by Comic Relief stays here in this country. This is the Crescent. It's a residential and training project in Surrey for disadvantaged young people. And it's on my doorstep, just like there are Comic Relief projects on your doorstep. And it's one of the reasons that I'm going to swap my house and stay in the Big Brother house.
Next into the danger zone, it's the boy from Boyzone.
How you doing? I'm Keith Duffy. I'm 26 years of age. My star sign is a Libran. My occupation, I suppose I'm an entertainer. I was a member of the best band in the world, but that's another thing. I also do a bit of television presenting. Yeah, going back to the old occupation there, I'm probably the best entertainer I've ever met in my life before. Really, yeah. When I'm not working, and I'm not in the bar, I do like to try and look after myself. I do like to try and beat the fat tissue, just a little bit, you know, just to keep my my public interested, you know. But what am I gonna miss when I'm locked up in the Big Brother house for a week? But it goes without saying, I'm gonna miss my babies. I'm gonna miss my wife. I'm gonna miss chilling out at home in my house, watching television, reading a book, playing a video game. All those things you can't have. You don't miss them till they're gone, so I'll miss them. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm in a position to be able to do this, to make money for charity as well as entertaining people, and that's what I like to do. You know, we're all so lucky to be given the life that we have. It's nice to be able to give a little bit back. And what better way to raise money than for people and for charities than to be enjoying yourself at the same time?
In 4, it's the incredible shrinking queen of daytime.
Hello everybody, I'm Vanessa. I'm 21 years old. I'm a Pisces, on the cusp. I live in North London. I'm a broadcaster and journalist, but as well as writing columns and being an agony aunt, I do like reading, and actually I'm completely passionate and wild about poetry. Well, one of my most overwhelming problems inside the house is going to be taking care of my hair. I use the word mine advisedly. It's not really mine. Of course, I did buy it, so I suppose I own it, but most of it's hair extensions. I usually go to the hairdresser. They help me keep it in order. I'm going to be struggling something chronic to look halfway decent with these extensions in the house. I hope it will provide a great deal of amusement for viewers. Certainly, it's going to be high pressure for me. Well, as you probably know, I've lost a great deal of weight, and I've done it mostly through exercise. So when I'm in the house, I want to make sure that I do keep up my training, particularly my boxing and my kickboxing. And I suppose if I've got any trouble with the blokes, I'll be able to sort them out, won't I? Well, I haven't started my packing yet, but there are 3 things that I couldn't possibly go into the house without. One is my hairdryer, although I'm not sure how skillful I am at using it. The other is this large bag of makeup. My mother told me, always preserve your mystique and never go out with your face naked. I'm sure she was right. And this is a picture of my girls, Allegra and Saskia, when they were little, and I couldn't possibly set foot in there without that. I hope that it's going to be great fun and a great laugh. I hope everyone enjoys watching it, and I hope we raise lots and lots of money for comic relief. That's my reason for doing it anyway.
Now it's seconds out for the former King of the Ring.
How do you do? Most of you know me by the name Mr. Eubank. Well, this is a family show, and it's all to raise money for charity, so you may refer to me as my friends do. Just call me Lord. Thank you. 7 days, they've asked me to give up to go into the Big Brother house. They call it a challenge. For me, I see it as a marvelous opportunity, being able to raise millions of pounds for comic relief now. When I think of being able to sit down in front of millions of viewers and showing my true self, which I've been trying to explain for so long to the people at large, it just gives me, it raises the hairs on the back of my neck. It's a marvelous opportunity. Thank you. Most of you know me for my boxing abilities. However, as I'm retired now, I get great joy out of reciting poetry. Now, there's one what goes a little like this. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king or queen for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that person has to say. For it isn't your husband, wife, or family or friend whose judgment upon you must pass. The person whose verdict counts most in the end is the one staring back from the glass. Now, you may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you've cheated the person in the glass. I'll see you soon. And who knows, perhaps sooner than even I think.
Rounding off our 6, it's the baddest babe on Brookside.
My name's Claire Sweeney. I'm 29 years of age and my star sign is Aries. You all probably know me as Lindsay Corkle in Brookside, but by the end of this week or maybe 1 or 2 days, you're going to get to know me a hell of a lot better. Excuse me, it's a photo of me, don't you want it? I went to stage school from the age of 11 and I always wanted to be a singer, and I did for a while, but then I got into Brookside. I love being in Brookside, but I still keep up my singing lessons, and maybe I can give a few when I'm in the house, be quite interesting. The thing is that I'm quite shy about singing. I don't like to shout about it, really. You're here, there's nothing I feel. Mum and Dad are away on holiday at the moment, and when I got the call about Big Brother, I couldn't tell them. So when they come back from the holiday, they're going to be wondering where I am. So I might just leave a little note saying, watch BBC One tonight or Channel 4, and then they'll see I'm locked up with 5 other people. Quite bizarre, really. But I think it's for a great cause and comic relief, and it's a great idea, and I was very, very flattered to be asked to be part of it. Okay, so we've met the celebs. Right, put all of them inside the Big Brother house, and how the flipping heck are they going to cope with life inside?
When they first enter the house, I do expect we're going to be seeing quite a bit of playing to camera, with mostly sort of an exaggerated version of the usual celebrity persona. But I don't think they're going to be able to sustain that, because they're going to be under genuinely Spartan conditions. And I think that the boys and girls will take a different approach to this. The boys, I expect, will take a macho stance. We don't care, it really doesn't matter, no problem.
Limited hot water will be a joy because my wife won't be there to moan about it.
The girls, however, I think will be more honest and admit they're going to be worried about things like their appearance.
My problem is I love to lay in a hot bath for about half an hour each night before I go to bed. I'm not going to be able to do that.
The part I'm absolutely dreading, though, and this is a bit vulgar, but nevertheless, is the toilet situation, because I'm one of these people who doesn't like to go if there's anyone in the neighbourhood, let alone anybody who knows I'm in there.
Anthea will miss a constant supply of hot water.
There's no bath, and there's only hot water for an hour, and that's between quite a few of us.
It just might suffice to do her hair, but I don't know what the rest of them are going to do.
Being in the house can mean they're going to do a lot of daily mundane tasks. Let's take cleaning, for example. Now, some people are tidy and some people are not. And I think there may well be differences in the interpretation of cleanliness along the boy-girl divide. And you can imagine this may well lead to some quite interesting situations and perhaps some disputes.
Cooking and cleaning, I think I'm going to be fine. I mean, I've always done all my own cooking at home. I wouldn't say I'm a gourmet cook, certainly not, but there are certain things that I can cook really well. In all modesty, my chicken soup is legendary. I do a very nice salmon in foil. I'm okay with cooking. I'm sure I'll be all right. Cleaning, you know, everybody's got different standards. I think I'm just like the shake and vac lady, you see. I think I'm really very clean and a real dab hand with a J-cloth.
I remember Vanessa once coming round to my house and being really impressed that I knew how to clean the floor. She just couldn't believe it, and she said, "What, did Mum teach you how to do it? You know, how do you do it?" And she had no idea.
I hope they've got a big supply of those wipes, you know, that have got sort of bleach on them, because she loves those.
I don't really like dirt, mess, untidiness.
I think if someone's too tidy, that will make me feel edgy.
You would leave a plate. If you don't wash it, it stays there dirty. Now that is not how you practice the artistic state.
The sink will definitely have Keith's dirty dishes in it.
I'll be there sort of making sure everything's all sort of tidy and cleaned over and surfaces.
He doesn't really clean the bathroom up. He always leaves his underpants and socks on the floor.
I am pretty untidy.
Anthea could clean for England.
This can annoy people. I know, because it annoys my husband.
I do sometimes pee in the shower, but only when I'm in it. I wouldn't, you know, creep in on someone and do it from a height, because that, well, it just caused too much upset last time.
Especially when they miss their aim and it's all over the place.
Hairs in the sink, dirty toilet pan, you know, lying round the bath. She would not have that at all.
We've all got bad habits, but with celebrities, as you can imagine, I think they're going to be trying to keep, shall we say, their less attractive bad habits more under wraps, particularly the women. The men, on the other hand, I think they will be inventing some distasteful bad habits just for our entertainment. And when you think about it, what's a better camouflage for their real ones?
I suppose I wouldn't like snorers.
I don't think I snore.
I think one of my bad habits is I talk in my sleep. I mean, that's not a bad, it's not annoying for me, but for anyone else, for the other girls who are in the room, it'll probably wind them up.
I think one of the habits, I'm not sure it's a bad habit, but it is a habit that Chris has. He analyses every word you say, and that can be very intimidating in a conversation, because in the normal course of events, you're having a chat with somebody, having a nice time, and you will do when he's telling these stories, and you'll make one sentence comment, and he will pick up on one word and say, why did you use that word? And you think, blimey, I don't know, and you have to think about it, and it's quite off-putting, can be quite intimidating. That might be difficult for some people, I think.
I have an awful habit at night time when I'm just about to go to bed. I like to scratch my inner legs, just my thighs there. I like to give some, when my jeans come off, I like to have a nail scratch. I don't even realise myself when I'm doing it until my wife Lisa says, will you stop doing that, you're doing it 20 minutes now. So it's obviously something that I don't notice myself. Apart from that, I go down rooted the nose from time to time. They're general manly habits, I'm afraid, I'm guilty.
I can't think of anything else that would really annoy me, unless it was stuff like picking your toenails in public and picking your nose and picking your teeth, which I don't suppose anyone would much enjoy, really.
Sometimes, pick my toenails and leave them around, and then they get used as lemongrass in Thai recipes, and that is not popular.
In situations such as these, people quickly stop behaving as individuals and become members of a group. Now, with groups, you have followers and leaders. What would be particularly interesting here, I think, is to see how people choose their leader, and even more interesting than that is how they reject people from that role. Will this lead to an acrimonious power struggle for this exclusive position? Will people use nominations and evictions to strengthen their individual positions?
I could imagine kind of taking a slight back step, or at least preserving the illusion that I'm taking a back step, and preserving the illusion that I'm not really bossing everybody about, but not liking it very much if things were going contrary to the way I thought they ought to go.
She's very, very good at telling you what you should do and what you should think and how you should behave.
He has you in stitches all the time, and when you go around and about with him as well, he's got a very, very dry take on life. And I think that will put the group off guard, because I don't think they will expect that. And I think that he'll have a lot of people in tears, hopefully of laughter.
In a group situation, I really enjoy being with group people. I'm a very sociable animal, actually.
If the rest of the house are overdoing something like, oh, we got to make a model of, Anthea Turner doing the lottery show in the old days, they're doing a model of her. Jack would be with the chickens, talking to the chickens, because he believes he can communicate with the animals.
So I think I'm quite a good group person.
Jack, I suspect, will more be like the weasel or the hyena running behind the pack, who would come in and eat the scraps when the nobler team leaders have finished.
My instinct will be to take over and to start ordering people around, so I'm going to have to restrain that impulse and be aware of it, because there's nothing more annoying, really, is there?
The bloke out of the pop band, what is it, Boys Life? Boys In? Boys and Men? Boys in Men? What's it called? Boyzone. Well, obviously, I've never heard of them, nor will Jack, because we're men who are still basically think Bad Company are a happening outfit. I think he might well try and take the kind of the superior male role, and they'll be calling him Sonny quite a lot, ordering him around, telling him what things were like pre-decimal.
Ultimately, what is going to be really fascinating about Celebrity Big Brother is celebrities are used to presenting a finished product to their public.
I really believe that these celebrities must wholeheartedly want to support a good cause like Comic Relief, because I can't think of any other reason why any sane person in the public eye would want to take part in something like this, because we're quite vulnerable anyway and quite exposed to the press anyway and to the general public. And this, to me, seems like just being fed to the lions.
For once, they're really going to be laid bare. We're going to see the good, the bad, and very possibly the ugly.
I'm really looking forward to it, because I've never, ever shared with anybody. I lived at home with my parents, then I went off to Cambridge University. It was all rather posh there. I had my own bedroom and bathroom. And then I got married, so I've never done the flat sharing, hanging out with people of your own age and living together thing in my life. So that's one of the things I'm most looking forward to.
I see friction. I mean, I'm not being Mystic Meggie, but I see friction. 24 hours with the Big Brother's going to be a bit of a nightmare, I think. But they're all nice people. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think one of the most depressing times I've ever had in my life is actually living on my own. I don't like that, so I'm really at my happiest when my husband's here, the children are here, their friends are here, you know, people are staying over for the weekend or something, and I'm busy tidying and cleaning and looking after everybody. So that's me at my happiest. So, but of course that's living with people I know, but what it's like living with people I don't know, I can't really tell you because I've never done it.
I bet somebody's come up to Anthony and said, hey, how about doing Big Brother house? I bet she hasn't even seen Big Brother. And I bet she's, oh yeah, that sounds a great idea. Let me go and do it. And she's going to have such a shock. You know, her tiny little case. And in that case, she'll probably have so few clothes because she's going to have all her cleaning utensils in there and her Pollyanna manual. You know, she's going to die.
I suspect the women he'll probably have a hard time. He'll weasel up to them. Come bedtime, when he's feeling the urge, he'll suddenly get very, very friendly. You know, we've all done that. Then when he finds that they are impervious to his somewhat limited charms, I suspect he'll turn nasty, lashing out angrily at anyone within range, possibly the young Boyzone fella. If I was the Boyzone guy and I hear Jack being turned down by the ladies, I'd tuck that duvet in extra tight.
Whatever happens in this house, one thing is for sure, that this kind of strange stew of people all living together for 1 week will most importantly be raising money for comic relief. Now, every call you make to evict someone from Big Brother will be doing good, helping orphans in Uganda find homes, or providing refuge for battered wives in Britain. Now, from the minute they come and get ensconced in this house, the celebrities will be raising money with your help.
Just like in the original Big Brother, our celebs will have to privately nominate each other for eviction and give their reasons why.
She's very selfish.
She's quite bloody minded.
This time, the nominations will be done every other day across the course of the week.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible what we have to do.
Nominations are then announced to the housemates.
Andrew and Caroline.
Oh my God. I don't believe it.
And once they're revealed, you get voting by phone for who you want to see leave the Big Brother house.
The most hated woman in the building.
Every time you pick up the phone to evict a celebrity housemate, you'll be raising crucial cash for comic relief.
The third person to leave the Big Brother house will be Caroline.
And if the enormous amount of votes in the first series is anything to go by, at projects from Aberdeen to Addis Ababa, people whose lives are hard will soon be celebrating their socks off.
Just imagine what it will be like. It's quite scary, actually. You guys can catch the dramas and the traumas yourselves, and also the nominations and the evictions every night from now on, as we watch the celebrity housemates get whittled down to 3 finalists, and then live on Red Nose Day we find out who you have voted as the winner of Celebrity Big Brother. So guys, come on, get watching, get arguing, get phoning, get voting, and please get giving and help Comic Relief say pants to poverty. And don't forget, Big Brother's watching, so you better be good, okay? Good night.
Friday night BBC One with the Manic Street Preachers, Nelly Furtado and Atomic Kitten. It's Top of the Pops next.